We've been talking about pubs, restaurants, cafes closing. We can put gyms and health clubs into that as well. And we can have a word with the former Dragon's Den star, Duncan Bannatyne, who owns 73 gyms and health clubs across the country. You know Duncan. Good morning, Duncan Bannatyne.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. So are all your gyms closed right now, presumably, are they?
Yes, they all closed last night, of course. And they will remain closed until we're allowed to open.
Okay. Give us an idea of the scale. I said you've got 73 gyms. How many people is that you employ then in total?
Just about 3,000.
Right.
So that's 3,000 staff whose jobs will be saved for this month and the next 2 months anyway. And hopefully we can open after 2 months, or the Chancellor will extend the payments.
Yeah, so, I mean, what is your state of mind this morning in respect of your staff compared to where it was this time yesterday morning before the government introduced all of this?
Oh, I was very happy when I heard the government introducing that. I was quite shocked, actually. I'd never heard of furlough members before, so I had to find out what that was. But it's been great. It's been great for my staff. I mean, the company can last longer. You know, companies can last for a certain period in lockdown, but you never know how long the lockdown is, so it's hard to plan.
What were you thinking you were going to have to do before the government intervened in the way they have?
Oh, we would certainly have had to make some layoffs with staff. And now I don't know if we will have to.
Which is an incredible relief. So what does this actually mean? What's going to happen? Are all the staff going to stay home, or what's going to happen with them?
Well, you know, the trouble with furlough members, furlough staff, is that if they do any work, then they don't get the payment from the government. So you got to send them all home. We intended to use our staff to clean up the facilities and tidy up and things like that, and make sure everything was all ready and spick and span for reopening. But we can't really do that and get the payment from the government. So it's a bit weird.
I see, right.
Yeah.
I did, because I was following your Twitter feed last night, and I know you were getting a bit of grief from some people for saying that you were going to get your workers back in to do some cleaning, and you were obviously justifying that point. So now you've basically got to say, stay at home and get that 80% if need be. Right, that's interesting. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've got to do, which is a bit crazy, but, you know. The Chancellor has to put it in for a reason.
Right. What about your customers? What reaction have you had from them over the past couple of weeks?
They've been great. We've actually got probably about 50 customers that have written to me and emailed me and texted me saying they want to continue paying the direct debit as long as we continue to pay our staff, which is just very heartwarming that they do this. People that have been members for 8, 10, 15 years, so we don't stop my direct debit, just pay all the stuff. And but of course, we can't do that. We can't pick them out individually and take money from their account. So we will be stopping all payments, of course.
So all gym fees are stopped for that period. Okay. And there was a big sort of question mark, wasn't there, about insurance last week? You know, when the Prime Minister kind of suggested that people shouldn't go to pubs and restaurants, and you have people in different trades saying, well, this is no good for us, because if it was forced closure, we'd be able to make claims on insurance. Does insurance come into it at all for you in a situation like this? No,
and very, very, very few people have got insurance for this situation, for being closed by governments. I don't know anyone who has actually got insurance. It would be a very expensive insurance, and it would have to be detailed in your insurance document.
Yeah, and it just doesn't cover it. When you were listening, I guess you were listening to did you listen live to the Chancellor yesterday when he was announcing all of this, I wonder?
Oh, yes. Every day for the last week I've listened to it live. The highlight of my day.
Well, exactly. And that's what we're all doing. It's all sort of setting our watches, isn't it, to when he's going to start, the Prime Minister talking. But what did you make of it? Because I was saying, I was stood in my kitchen yesterday, almost jaw dropping to the ground, really. I mean, you've been in business for a long, long time. You've seen a lot of things. What were you thinking as you were hearing his words tumbling out?
Yeah, I was just saying my jaw dropped and I couldn't believe it. So as I'm listening to it, I'm texting my lawyer, in-house lawyer, and my finance director, and I said, "What did he just say?" They said, "Yeah, that's what he said." You know, so it was amazing. The trouble is, the country's got to recover from this when it's over, which I hope isn't too long. And financially, we're going to have greater debts. But if he hadn't done what he did, we'd have regretted this anyway, because everybody would be unemployed and they'd be claiming benefits. And there'd been a lot more hardship. So with this, the hardship for the working people is down. It's a great result from a Conservative government.
Yeah, it's getting ahead of the curve of the impact of the virus in a way, isn't it? But I mean, you're right. I mean, there's going to be huge borrowing on all of this. I mean, what do you envisage might be the consequences, in particular for a gym empire like yours, a business of your kind of size?
Well, I'd hate to think that they would increase VAT. That's the easy way of getting money from people, and they'll probably increase income tax rates. I don't know. I think they should do the mansion tax and find as much money as they can from people who are very, very wealthy. But it's going to be tough. But people are going to die as well during this time, and that's terrible. People are going to lose loved ones. A month ago, I didn't know anyone who had this virus, and now I know probably about 20 people who know someone who has the virus, and including distant family members like my daughter's husband's grandparents, people like that. So there's a lot of people going to suffer badly. So we can't sort of focus on the finances of business and things because we've got it lightly if we don't have the virus.
Yeah, you're dead right though, because I present the Weekend Breakfast programme, I'm able to sort of reflect on what's changed since we were doing the programme last weekend, and every week that passes it feels like we're in a completely different landscape to just 7 days ago, doesn't it? But listen, best of luck through all of this, Duncan, and we really appreciate your time this morning, so thanks very much for talking to us.
Thank you very much. Stay safe.
Okay, take care. Former Dragon's Den judge, star, Duncan Bannatyne. He owns 73 gyms and health clubs, employing 3,000 people. Real relief from him for those measures announced by the Chancellor, supporting businesses like his there.